What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have a 10-game main slate tonight. Plenty of value stands out as there's some key guys who are already listed out. There's some key guys that are questionable. We'll get into it with my 5 plays that I usually do in these videos, one for each position using FanDuel salaries. Last night was tough. 2-game slate is always tougher. A lot more luck involved. The lineups did, they produced about as well as they could, but we had that 30-point blowout in the Nets and 76ers game. That was a bummer because, anytime there's a 2-game slate and there's a blowout, it kind of just ruins the entire slate. I had all of the Moses Moody on the Warriors instead of Seth Curry because Seth Curry's been terrible. He's been averaging like 12 fantasy points over the last 4 games, and then he comes out and drops like 44 in 3 quarters, and then he's higher owned. So like just the difference of one guy, like a $4,000 shooting guard is, that's how a 2-game slate works. So it was unfortunate. Looking to have a great night here to start off the weekend. 10 games, plenty of more guys to choose from. Drop a like on this video. Make sure you're subscribed. I do appreciate it. And we have the MLB season coming back. As of yesterday, the lockout is over. Just awesome because I don't know what we would have done during the summer once NBA winds down. So it's great that MLB is coming back, and it's coming back sooner than anyone really thought, April 7th. So I'm going to start releasing some memberships for MLB. I'm doing a giveaway right now on my Twitter account, so retweet that if you haven't. And I'll figure out some pricing if you're interested in any early bird specials. There'll be plenty to pick from, so just message me. Very excited for that. So for point guard tonight, Luka Doncic, the best stud on the slate at 10,700 with a fantastic matchup in Houston against the Rockets, one of the worst defenses in the league. This game should have a lot of tempo. Doncic, like any other stud, is going to get you over 50 fantasy points more nights than not, and he has that 70-point upside. He really should be priced over 11,000. There's few guys in this league that should be priced over 11,000. It's really... I might be missing out a guy or two, but it's Jokic, Embiid, Doncic, and Giannis. I really think those are the only guys as of right now that should be over 11,000. 10,700 on FanDuel is a great price on him. They are 11-point favorites, but again, they have to be up by like over 20 in the fourth quarter for Doncic to lose really any minute. So I'm okay with it. They're on the road. Doncic should really cash in here. I love him as my favorite stud on the slate. Shooting guard, the Pelicans present extremely great value tonight. They're without Ingram as they have been the last couple of games, and now CJ McCollum is out due to protocols, which is surprising that that's even a thing these days. Devonte Graham should be starting at the guard position. He was seeing more minutes with no Ingram over the last 2 games, 23 and 29 minutes off the bench, and he was producing at 4,300. He only needs 22 fantasy points, and now without McCollum, he will find himself in that starting point guard spot with a major usage bump. So the fact that he was getting value with CJ McCollum on the court makes his odds really, really good with McCollum off the court. So he's one of the most chalky, cheap plays on tonight's slate. And it just so happens they're facing a great matchup here with that poor defense of the Charlotte Hornets. So Devonte Graham, chalky, but a good play. Small forwards, look at Trey Murphy. He should see some extra run. He was seeing extra run with no Brandon Ingram. He got called up from the G League with no Ingram, played 23 minutes last game. The starting lineup, they might put Tony Snell in that starting lineup, but he is notorious for being terrible. I'm not worried about that. Murphy saw 23 minutes off the bench last game. With no McCollum, there's even more minutes to go. Maybe he finds himself in the starting lineup. I don't know. He might be more of a flyer in a tournament over a cash lineup. But as of right now, I don't love small forward. in the early afternoon. You could look at LeBron if you want to do some studs. If you can find a way to pair up him and Doncic. LeBron's the second best stud on the slate behind Doncic. He's questionable, and they have a 10:30 game tonight. So we definitely won't know news if he's going to play or not at the main slate lock at 7 o'clock Eastern. But he plays 95% of the time that he's questionable, so you could almost lock it in. The problem is he was questionable 2 games ago and had a rare listed out like right before game, so that's a little scary. He played 45 minutes last game, so the injury he has can't be really altering his performance. It would truly just be a rest day for him if he is out. You don't have a knee issue, quote unquote, and play 45 minutes against the Rockets. It makes no sense. I want to pick him really bad. 10,900 is fine. He's gone off the last 2 games. There's just that little bit of worrisome of not knowing his status going into lock. So, and they are the last game of the night. So if he is ruled out, you have that $11,000 salary that you can't really spend. So keep that in mind. Maybe we do get news on him. That would be very helpful. For power forward, let's look at Porzingis. He's expected to rest on this back-to-back stint here, Friday and Saturday. But he played 25 minutes last game, and he looks like he's trending upwards in minutes, and 6,000 is too cheap. I think he's going to sit tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see, but he's a pretty good play. If he's playing 25 minutes, which since he played 25 last game, I can only assume that's the minimum he plays this game. It's trending upwards, 4 more minutes. Maybe he gets like to 26 and 27, knowing that he's going to be resting tomorrow. And if he gets, high 20s in minutes at 6,000, he can easily smash this price tag with a really favorable matchup against the Lakers. So keep an eye out on Porzingis. I'm pretty sure he's going to sit tomorrow. I think they're planning on playing him tonight. For center, like I was saying with the other guys, with no McCollum and no Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas is now the number 1 best player on this team tonight with a fantastic matchup against the Hornets. I don't see Mason Plumlee or Montrezl Harrell being able to stop him. He's got significant height and he's got significant rebounding over those 2 guys. 7,500, he needs 37 fantasy points to hit value. He's averaging that on the year. This matchup is great. He's coming off of a season best 63.5 fantasy points against the Magic. I expect him to see, decent minutes, and his usage should certainly go up without the Pelicans' 2 best players in McCollum and Ingram not being on the court. So he is a very, very safe play with really big upside tonight at center. That'll sum up today's video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and let's get rid of this rain in this golf tournament. It's really annoying. I want to watch some golf. I don't know if you guys have been watching the players, but yesterday and today, brutal. We'll see what happens. But until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.